What's up, guys? Derek, moreplates.moredates.com. Today I'm going to be talking about my current TRT regimen. I did a video on my TRT regimen a while back, and that one, it was I was using 150 milligrams of test E per week at that time. My protocol has since changed to some extent. Most notably now is the frequency and the ester change. So what changed and made a big difference in my TRT protocol in terms of replicating the equivalent of what would be healthy endogenous production is daily microdosing. So this is something, most physicians aren't going to tell you about, but I've discussed it briefly in other videos, but I've never talked about my protocol specifically, or I at least haven't done a dedicated video on it. I've touched on it though. But basically every day, males endogenously produce 3 to 10 milligrams of testosterone per day. And, where you land on that range kind of depends on, your own genetics, your own, how old you are, your own endogenous production. But the point is that it's a pulsatile kind of thing. When you produce testosterone, it's not like you produce a bolus dosage once on Monday and then it like sustains you all week and then you do like a big pulse out your balls again next Monday. The way it works is it's a steady influx of pulsations of producing that testosterone day by day. So logically, to replicate what would be therapeutic endogenous levels, you would do the equivalent of that exogenously with whatever your TRT is. So you would replicate that pulse every single day with small dosages, and to reach your weekly, whatever your allocated dosages for the week. And the result of this not only is lower aromatization levels, because you have less of an influx at one time, you have higher free testosterone too, so more bioavailable testosterone, and less overall side effects and health implications. Not to mention just overall more stable blood serum concentration levels. And oftentimes people who shoot a bolus dosage at once, they get their blood tested, either too close to when their shot was, or, way too far away from their shot is the more common scenario. And then guys will get, an 800 nanogram test testosterone result on their blood work and be like, oh, my dosage is fine. But little did they know that for the 3 days prior to that, they were operating at, super physiological, pretty much on cycle numbers, because they're unhealthily pinning too high of a dose at once, shooting their levels above the healthy range, and then crashing it into the middle of the healthy range throughout the rest of the week or the rest of the 2 weeks, because some guys are that infrequent. And it's just insane what some people are prescribed. Like, I can't even, not even to get into AIs either. And, the frequency of this protocol, I've never needed an AI anyways, but it's even less likely that I would need one now because I have less aromatization going on. So, a lot of guys, they're lifelong on Arimidex and killing their lipid profiles and hindering muscle growth too, and lowering IGF and doing all these things and screwing up health markers that they otherwise wouldn't need to if they just, implemented some simple lifestyle changes that could get their aromatization in check. So this is not always the case for everyone, but it's pretty typical for guys who increase their frequency and decrease the volume and spread it out more to make it more replicate what would be healthy endogenous pulsations. You have less overall aromatization, more steady blood serum concentrations. That's just what I do, not medical advice whatsoever. This is just what I'm doing in my, replacement therapy, and it by no means is meant to dictate what you should be doing. So run everything you do by your doctor, and, the standard kind of medical disclaimer as far as this is just what works for me. It might work terrible for you, so don't listen to me. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. Please like, subscribe, check out my blog, moreplates.moredates.com. Talk to you guys soon.